Welcome to another bit of my mess. I know you can't see me very well, but that's okay because I'm not what's important. What's important is what we're going to be doing. And I don't know if you've seen the video where I've started this book called "The Study for the Well-Watered Woman: to Memorize and Meditate on the Christ Hymns." And this one is particularly Be Still and Know. And it basically goes through Colossians. And last time I memorized the verse from Colossians 1:15. The Son is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation, is what NIV says, but the ESV says He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. And so I'm kind of comparing both because, well, I like to do that. And I use both versions. Today, we're going to talk about Colossians 1:16 then. And the verse is, "For by him all things were created in the heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, all things were created through him and for him." And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to write this over again on these little sticky circles that I have. I'm going to write this verse over again. So that's what I'm going to do really quickly. So there's that. Later on, I'll compare it to another version. We don't have to do that right now. And I'm not going to read to you all what it says in this devotional because I didn't write this book and I don't have the right to do that. But we will discuss it in a minute when I come back. So basically what she says is that, she had an idea of when she had children that she would never be that parent that told them, do this because I say so. And I think we all do. Even in my classroom as a teacher, I have an idea that I don't really want my students to do things because I said so. But here's the thing. Sometimes either we don't have time to explain it, or sometimes the explanation is just not good enough. And sometimes we want them to get out a piece of paper because we just said, get out a piece of paper. And maybe there's a surprise after that they are not to know yet. And so you do it because I said so. And in our Christian living, the answer to all the questions that we seek are in the Bible, but sometimes we have to do things because God said so. And why does God have that authority? Because He created everything. He created everything. All things were created through Him and for Him, in heaven, on earth, visible, invisible, everything. And so He knows what we don't know. And if we are wise, then we will do as He says. And this goes completely against that saying nowadays that says that do what makes you happy and do what you want. You're the owner of your own life. All those sayings that totally and completely contradict what the Lord has for our lives. So I really like this. Now I'm going to go through the short story, the study. She has a few questions here that I need to fill out. And then I'm going to work on memorizing the verse. So that was a very quick study on that will hopefully help you memorize Colossians 1:16. I think that is a very important verse. And it's actually a very important verse if you're doing apologetics and you are preaching to other people as well. It's a verse that we definitely should have memorized. So I'm going to go through and work on memorizing that verse, and hopefully you will too. So I'm going to read it to you one more time. It said, "For by him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through him and for him." Colossians 1:16. Till next time.